This is Regis Program, and you're tuning into True School Sports.
It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, Jaron Ennis, very popular subject here on this channel. You know, we got a lot of time and appreciation for the skills and just the man that Jaron Ennis is inside that boxing ring. He's got fight news, long-awaited fight news. Y'all can say the date, January 7th. He's fighting a fighter whose name, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the last name, but his first name is Karen. So we'll just call him Karen for the sake of this video because we don't want to butcher his last name. But he's a European fighter. He's a guy that comes to you live and direct from Kiev, Ukraine. And Karen is 21-1. Karen lost his second pro fight. And since losing the second pro fight, he's reeled off 21 straight victories. So let me say this, man. People can say what they want about his resume or lack thereof. But one thing I know is that any fighter who loses a fight early in their career and they can reel off 20-something victories in a row, it says a lot about their resilience and their toughness and things like that. Now, this fight, for those of you out there who want to get in your feelings and say Boots is cherry picking and Boots doesn't have the resume of Virgil, because I've seen that too on social media. The reason this fight is happening is quite simple, and let's get into it. So we know Jaron Ennis right now is the IBF mandatory challenger. He is the #1 contender in the IBF rankings. The #2 slot is empty. The #3 spot is occupied by Virgil Ortiz, who is not fighting Jaron Ennis. He has elected to go the WBA route, and he'll be fighting Stanionis. And then after that, #4 is Karen. That's why this fight's happening, and it's happening for the interim title. So what does this mean for Jaron Ennis? Well, quite simply, it just means that if he beats Karen, which he should, he's now the interim champion, which means that Errol Spence would be ordered to fight him next. If Errol Spence doesn't fight him next, Errol Spence gets stripped of the belt, and Jaron Ennis more than likely gets upgraded to becoming the full IBF champion. So it's a very important fight in the career of Jaron Ennis. Now, the question you need to ask is, what kind of chance, if any, does this Karen fellow have? You know, we don't really know much about him. He's an unknown fighter. Now, I had a quick look at his resume, took a quick look at his CV in boxing, and you know, there's only a couple of names on his resume that I'm familiar with. You know, he fought a faded version of Ali Funeka 5 years ago and won a UD. And aside from that, you know, his most notable win and probably his best win was knocking out Ryan Martin, Blue Chip Martin, in 8 rounds. That's probably his best win that I could say on his resume. Now, I didn't watch a whole lot of film on him because, you know, I've been around boxing long enough, and, you know, I know styles, I know boxing, so I don't got to watch a whole fight to know everything about a fighter. I just need to know if I need to know the basics of what a fighter brings to the ring, I can just turn the sound off and watch a round or two, and I know the fighter. So I had a chance to watch this guy's fight, a couple rounds of this guy's fights, and I'm gonna say this: good fighter. Very well schooled. You can tell he knows his distance, feints very well, has a good educated jab, good right hand. Just a solid, competent professional fighter. You know, a guy that I think, you know, has a chance to make Boots work a little bit. Now, we've been saying this for a lot of fights now. We've been saying like some people thought, like I thought Custio Clay would give Boots rounds. He wasn't able to do that. Same thing for like other people like Delorme. Same thing. Didn't happen. So nobody's giving this guy a snowball's chance of hell. So maybe this is finally the fight where Jaron Ennis goes some rounds, and I'm hoping it is. But as far as Karen is concerned, this guy Karen, you know, he was a Ukrainian national champion from what I've gathered, from what I read in articles in 2014. He also had approximately 200 amateur fights. So this guy knows how to fight. He knows his way around the boxing ring, and if you turn on the tape and you just watch him for any amount of time, you can see that. So based on what I see, do I think he can beat Jaron Ennis? No, I don't think he'll beat Jaron Ennis. Good boxer, well schooled, feints very well, good jab, can mix in the right hand. But ultimately, I just think at the end of the day, you know, somewhere around like round 3 or 4, that class of boots is going to really begin to show itself in a mighty way. And the thing is, the fights of his I watched were against smaller guys and older guys. Boots is a bigger guy and he's a younger guy. So I'm not so sure how he's going to react against him. But listen, this guy is determined. You know, he hasn't tasted a defeat in 7 years. He's had 21 fights of winning to get to this point. You know, look, maybe I'm a bit crazy, and maybe I'm not like most people, but let's give the guy a chance. Let's see what he can do, because if he won 21 fights after losing his second pro fight, it's got to show. It's got to tell us something about the kind of man he is to do that. Because I know fighters that lose early in their careers and they never recover. He lost early in his career and he reeled off 21 straight. So I'm hoping Boots can go in there and have a tough fight and be taken to some deep, dark places, because we want to see what Boots has when he's truly tested in a tough fight. But is it the fight? Is it the fight that we wanted? No. But is it leading us to something that that we do want as boxing fans? Yes. This fight leads us to Jaron Ennis potentially fighting Errol Spence Jr. next, which I don't think is going to happen. But if not, then it allows Ennis to fight for a world title, which we all know, with his record of 29-0 with 27 KOs, he deserves the opportunity to have his moment in the sun, to have his shot at glory. So make of that what you will, but Jaron Ennis is back in the ring, and I think every boxing fan who's not a miserable person should rejoice at the fact that he's fighting again. So, yeah. Let me know what you guys think. Jaron Ennis is fighting Karen, whatever his last name is. I don't want to butcher his name. I'll learn it later on, but this is for the IBF interim title. A win here gets Ennis up as interim champion, which then puts him firmly in position for him to fight Errol Spence, and then puts that pressure on Errol Spence to either fight him or vacate the belt, in which Ennis would then be either upgraded to full champion or have to fight for the vacant title. So we'll see what happens, but let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe, and like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care.
True School Sports. He's the truth. One of the best YouTube. The best.
Ooh, the number one.
Number one.
Brandon, you've been there, man, and you're building up a good following with us.
Thank you.
And I'm proud to be a part of what you're doing, too. You are spectacular. And
Thank you, man. All the best to True School Boxing, and keep up the good work.